So if you can, help us out on that, we would greatly appreciate it. All right, let's talk some NBA. Steph Curry last night. I was watching this game, and he just can't miss. I mean, the guy in the last 10 games, Steph Curry's hit 73 pointers.
Woo.
That's friggin' insane. He has set all kinds of records now for, what is it? Give it out.
Yeah, so he has got his record-setting 11th straight game with 30 points or more. He actually has more 40-point games in this month than anybody in the history of basketball. That includes Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. That is old. I'm sorry. That is 33 years of age or older.
Right.
But he's unreal right now, and he's completely put this team on his back. They're 29 and 29, which is is obviously the definition of average. Mm-hmm. But, Wiseman getting hurt, I think, hurt this team. Obviously, Klay Thompson's not playing. Draymond's been hurt here and there. He is willing this team on his back, and he's trying to get them at least a shot at a possible, playoff berth by getting into the playoff games. Listen, there's a lot of people injured throughout the basketball right now, all over the NBA.
Yep.
If Steph continues this tear and they can win some games, there's a really easy possibility that they can make the playoffs. And, it's going to be really hard that if Steph and the Warriors somehow make the playoffs or get there, that he's not the MVP of this league, barring any injury or anything right now. I know Joel Embiid. I know you got other players. But these guys are hurt a lot. There's not a whole lot of people that are playing every single day. Steph is out there just playing his absolute heart out. I think he's had this grudge a little bit. I think people have forgotten a little bit about how good Steph Curry is.
Oh, yeah.
Over the last couple years. And I believe that this is kind of like a tour of, kind of like the Aaron Rodgers tour of last year.
Where he's the FU tour.
The FU tour, and basically saying, you know what, I'm still here. Mm-hmm. I'm the one who changed this game, and I'm going to show you why. Period.
We're all victims of the moment. We latch on to the latest, hottest thing, and then move on and forget about all the other things. I think part of that is what Steph Curry's doing right now, because we're in a moment in basketball right now where, yes, there's a playoff push going on, but I think a lot of us are just kind of sitting back going, yeah, but the Lakers don't have LeBron and AD.
Yeah.
It's just, we're not seeing all these teams at full strength right now. And so some of the luster is taken off of the playoff push. But with Steph Curry now doing what he's doing, it gives us a moment just to sit back and go, okay, well, the Golden State Warriors may not be relevant in the playoff discussion right now. Yes, to a degree, but not when you're talking about championships.
Yeah.
We're talking about teams that win a championship. The Golden State Warriors are nowhere on that list.
No, I don't believe they have an opportunity to win this championship.
Right.
So I think that a Steph Curry-led team could be very dangerous to a high seed if they make it in there. Mm-hmm. Currently, they're sitting at 9th right now, only 2 games behind the Grizzlies. Mm-hmm. I think they're better than the Grizzlies. Yeah. 7th is the Mavericks. I don't think they're better than them. I think they have a chance to make the 8th spot or at least get in that playoff. So they'd be playing Utah. Is Donovan Mitchell going to be still injured?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like a Steph-led team could give Utah a crazy run, and that would be scary. If I'm going into playoffs number 1 seed and I'm seeing the Warriors across me, I'm not saying, we're going to be making it to the second round right away. I'm thinking, we got to figure out a way to stop this guy or we could be going home. Mm-hmm. And that's not anything. But I'm looking at, excuse me, I'm sorry. Apologize. I'm looking at these teams, and you spoke about the Lakers coming back with LeBron and AD. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at the teams in the West right now. In Utah, I'm not a believer in Utah Jazz. They're number 1 in the. They play really good together. They play really good team ball, but I don't see the Utah Jazz making a run at the finals. I just don't. Yeah. The Phoenix Suns are unbelievable right now. Mm-hmm. Has Chris Paul ever won a championship?
No.
Has Chris Paul been to a NBA Finals?
No.
Now we look at that. We go down to the Clippers. The Clippers are someone that they're getting better, but their team is just weird. Like, I don't feel like playing this day.
Yeah.
I feel like that just comes. They just replaced Doc Rivers with Tyronn Lue, and players can do whatever they want. I think the Rondo signing was a pretty big signing. Playoff Rondo is a different kind of animal.
Mm-hmm.
The Nuggets are next. The Nuggets are without Jamal Murray for the rest of the year.
Yep.
And I think that just kind of takes them out of the running automatically.
I mean, it doesn't take them out of the running, but I mean, it would take a Herculean effort. I mean, they're playing really well without Jamal Murray. I get that it's only been 2 games, but I mean, Michael Porter has started to pick up some of the offensive slack in his absence, and they're 2-0 so far. It's just day by day kind of thing. Now, are they still surefire contenders for an NBA title? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But I still don't think it takes them out of the running.
Right.
I mean, they're still probably going to be, at worst, the 5 seed in the West. I think without Jamal Murray. So
yeah, and the Joker's playing MVP ball too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's unreal. And
see, that's the one thing that about this, us living in the moment of Steph Curry. And all of the great 30-point streak that he's got going, and he scored 40 points in 4 out of his last 5 games or something like that. Or no, he's hit 10 3-pointers in 4 out of his last 5 games, and he's got 5 40-point games in the last 8, I think it was.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable a tear that he's on right now. But I mean, this is kind of what you expect from a team that has one major superstar. I mean, we're back to, and I'm not putting these 2 guys in the same class, but we're kind of back to like, James Harden with the Rockets.
Yeah.
When he's the one guy that can do all the scoring, of course he's going to have big games. Now, again, the tear that he's on, all the 3-pointers that he's hitting, I mean, he's just supremely confident in his shot. He's an elder statesman now in the NBA, which is hard to think about. For people like me who watched him play at Davidson and was like, oh, this kid, he might be something special at the next level. And then lo and behold, he became Steph Curry. I mean, he changed the friggin' game.
It was unreal.
But see, this little downtime here and Curry's hot streak gives us something to look back on and go, yeah, I mean, Steph Curry, he's still got it.
Right.
He's still the man. And this team would be supremely different if Klay Thompson were still out there.
Oh, of course.
We would be having a completely different discussion. But what it brings me to is, obviously, hats off for the hot run that you're on. But in the end, what's it going to end up mattering? Because, sure, I mean, they pulled off a good win against Philadelphia last night, and that's a team that most of us believe is going to be a contender or might even win the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
But
I think,
can you do it for a sustained period when Steph Curry is your only thing?
Yeah,
No,
that's the thing. How long can he keep this up? I mean, there's something about Steph to me that just says this year he's just not going to stop. I think he can give somebody some dangerous opponent in the first round. I don't think they're making it past the second round. I still don't think they would win a playoff series.
Right.
I think that they still have I think that they would have an opportunity. Listen, right now, I wouldn't want to play Steph anybody. I don't care who you are. I just would not want to play him because he can hit 13, 14 3-pointers in the damn game.
Right.
And the next thing you know, you're down by 20 and there's no way you can come back. I mean, that's how good he's playing right now. When you have a player that's this hot, it's hard to think that he can't win every game he plays. But I don't know how sustainable and long-term this could be. I mean, we're still a whole month away from the playoffs. It's not like they're starting next week and they're in there.
Right.
So